now let's proceed to our event. Our guest speaker today has a college degree of Bachelor of Commerce in Marketing and is a graduate of the College of the Holy Spirit. She is currently working at Great Life International Company, and not only that, she is the president there. Just wow. Now, let us all welcome Miss Racquel Espaldon-Buensuceso. Yes, again, let us welcome Ms. Racquel Espaldon-Buensuceso. Good afternoon po.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here today.
Hello po.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon po.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hello
Can
po.
you?
Yes po. Yes po, madam.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you so much. It's great to be here today, and I'm excited to share my thoughts on your topic. I'm glad that the organizers put up this activity because I believe that this is really important for any future businessman or businesswoman just like you must know about. How many participants do we have here? We have about 100 participants.
100, yes po, madam. 100 po.
Oo. So actually, alam nyo, when I first received this invitation, iniisip ko talaga, ano kaya ang isi-share ko sa inyo regarding your topic? Diba? Digital media, because I'm not a digital media expert naman. However, I also thought that I could share some insights about what happened to me, my business, and I realized that, digital media, especially social media, really plays a very important role, especially at this stage of our lives. Diba? But having said that, I believe that any business should learn or at least get the expertise of others para makasabay talaga sa mga marketing strategies sa panahon ngayon because they are really indispensable these days. Diba? Now, before we dig deeper into the topic, share screen ko lang to ha. All right. Before we dig deeper into the topic, let me just take you back in time for you to appreciate even more the difference before the dominance of the digital media. Okay, so para makita ninyo yung difference ng before and after, yung strategies before, the way we do business before, at saka yung ngayon. Alright? Ayan. Okay, so let me just take you back in time sa bago nagkaroon ng nag-boom ng todo itong social media. Because in fact, actually, I'd just like to give you a glimpse of the transition from, at least from my own perspective as a marketer from college days, which led me to being the president of my own company today. So this is really very nostalgic dahil alam niyo habang tinitingnan ko kayo ngayon dito, the students, graduating students of University of the East, it reminded me of myself about more than 2 decades ago. Diba? That was a year 1993, 1994, 1995 to 1997, 1993 to 1997. At an early age, I already discovered my entrepreneurial spirit. So at an early age, I already knew the value of money. Siguro because I didn't come from a well-off family, although I studied at College of the Holy Spirit at Mendiola, Manila, with the help of my grandparents, yung mga aunts ko, yung mga uncles ko, 'di ba? I knew the value of money. And syempre, I used to live at that time sa Pampanga. We used to live in Pampanga. So weekly ang luwas namin ng Manila for pag-aaral, during weekends, uuwi ako ng Pampanga. And yung allowance namin, yung allowance ko, yung tamang-tama lang talaga or minsan talagang kulang. Syempre may mga personal expenses din. I remember, during that time, pag mga Thursday, Friday, pag malapit-lapit na ang weekends, medyo paubos na yung allowance, 'di ba? Ano na lang yung mga pagkain, yung mga kinakain namin, mga canned goods na lang. So talagang ako, I really wanted to have my own money. I really wanted to earn my own money kasi may mga gusto rin akong bilhin, etc. And since that time, during that time, medyo click na click yung mga PX goods. I don't know if you, that was mga PX goods sa Clark, sa Pampanga. So I remember, ako tsaka yung sister ko, she's studying at Centro Escolar University. So bibili kami ng mga goods, mga PX goods sa Clark. And then we're going to sell it sa mga classmates namin and some of my teachers. So yung dorm ko at that time, puno-puno ng mga goods. And also dun sa locker namin, may mga goods doon na binibenta ko sa mga classmates ko or some of my teachers. And then yung kaunting profit, yung kaunting tubo doon, ipandadagdag ko ulit sa puhunan ko para naman mas mapalaki yung bibilhin ko ng mga goods at that time. So, and I remember, I cannot forget this instance, na, kasi minsan may mga, we call it racket, na parang we have this, I was invited by my friend. Sabi niya, baka gusto mong kumita 500 pesos for a day. I could never forget that, even that was almost 3 decades ago, more than 2 decades ago. Kasi at that time, that was the launching of Expo Filipino. And we were invited. I was asked to, as part of the reception, doon sa receptionist, doon sa Manila Hotel. So at that time, meron lang kaming paper doon at saka pen, and then lahat ng pumapasok doon, mag-i-inquire, magtatanong from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for 8 hours. Isa lang yung paulit-ulit kong sinasabi. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Would you like to register for the food or for the merchandise? Good morning. Diba? Up to this time, natatandaan ko pa, di ba? Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Would you like to register for the food or for the merchandise? That's how we do it. Kahit yung mga big companies at that time, wala pang computers, talagang sulat-sulat lang, registration, susulat lang sa pen. And like for 8 hours, I will be paid for like 500 pesos para doon, para gagawin ko yun. So that was, during college days. So naalala ko yan. Very nostalgic. And then right after I finished college, I got involved with a network marketing business, which is really a good training ground for me because it enhanced my entrepreneurial skills even more. And it enhanced my leadership quality, my leadership potential. So I discovered a lot about myself through the trainings, yung mga ganon. So I remember one thing lang talaga na naituro din sa akin aside from the leadership thing and the entrepreneurial skills, it opened my eyes to bigger things. It opened my eyes to bigger things like I dreamed something bigger. This time, I wanted to have my own car. I wanted to have my own place to stay. I wanted to travel. Parang nag-open yung eyes ko to bigger dreams. So I remember during that time, yung marketing strategy, yung mga style namin, was just flyering. It's more of person to person. Everything is really physical. Like we go house to house. We had to ask our potential clients to visit the office. And then doon namin ipapakita yung business at how we promote the business, the products. And then we go flyering. We visit our clients house to house. Even minsan kung may mga market kami outside the country, I also experienced going out of the country to discuss my business, to discuss my products. Puro ganon. And I remember, sa kotse ko dati, lagi akong merong maliit na whiteboard. Imagine, hindi pa uso mga PowerPoint noon. So meron ako maliit na whiteboard doon na nandoon sa kotse ko, parang 1/4 whiteboard and whiteboard marker. So when I talk to some of my clients, doon ko sinusulat, doon namin dinidiscuss yung business, the products. So that's how we do it. 'Di ba? In fact, even when I got involved with real estate, nag-real estate din ako year 2004. And then when I got involved with real estate, it's the same thing. We had to bring our clients to the showroom. Yun yung training namin dati. We had to bring our clients to the showroom, ipapakita yung model units. So, kailangan kasi ang sabi sa amin sa training, the battlefield o yung killing talaga is in the showroom. You have to bring your clients in the showroom. You present your layout, yung layout, yung floor plan, personal talaga yan. It's all personal. Para pag nagka-interest sila, then that's the time they can swipe their card, nandun yung terminal, or they can issue their personal checks or whatever it is na pambabayad nila. So everything, tapos I remember may mga man-in pa kami noon with may mga man-in kami like sa mga airports, mag-establish ng booth, maglalagay kami ng booth doon. And then we have sa mga airports, sa mga malls, or di kaya sa mga mga airport duty free, all right? So ganoon kami nakakakuha ng mga clients. Okay, hindi katulad ngayon. So pupunta kami, may mga booth na tinatay sa malls, sa airports, sa duty free. Then we give out flyers. I remember we were also giving out flyers sa The Fort kasi ang office ko at that time, yung showroom namin sa real estate sa Fort Bonifacio sa The Fort. So lahat ng may mga kotse doon, nilalagyan namin ng mga flyers doon sa kanilang mga kotse, iniipit namin. So imagine, no, that's how we do it before. Actually, at most, yung pinaka-digital lang was, we call our clients through our cell phones. May mga cell phones na naman nun. Yun yung pinaka-digital lang. Nagagamitin namin yung cellphone pantawag sa mga clients, but still, ang idea pa rin is still to meet up with the clients. Kumbaga, tatawagan namin through our cell phones, pero ang sasabihin namin is keep it simple and short. Imi-meet mo pa rin yung clients mo. So in the flesh meetings was the norm. Ganun talaga yon, physical, everything is physical, everything is person to person, lahat ganun. Okay? Now, actually, going back today, right now that I have my own company already, okay? Ayan. Right now that I have my own company, which is a Great Life International Corporation, okay, which I initiated, by the way, in the year 2019. So 2019, all the expertise that I had for the past years, together with my team, inilabas namin dito sa company ko, sa company namin ngayon. Then that was 2019. We were also fired up. This was pre-pandemic, bago mag-pandemic. Okay, and we were also fired up. We were all driven. We were also passionate, aggressive. We even got and rented an office, the whole 15th floor of the Times Square building in Quezon Avenue. We occupied the whole 15th floor because we have the number already. So we had our grand opening of our office in 2019. So aggressively, we actually opened up in different provinces already. Like I went to Davao, Pampanga, since we opened up our office in those places. So, syempre, kailangan sabay pupuntahan mo yung mga yan, ano? And we also had our products approved, both in UAE and in Taiwan. So, ganun kabilis, no? 2019 was the setup year. It's basically more of a dry run. We were setting up the company, 15 products on the first year. And then we had it approved, both in UAE and Taiwan. In fact, I visited Taiwan and UAE pre-pandemic. So bago yon, I was there, siguro the last time I was there nung February last year, just few weeks into the lockdown. Kasi we had then we decided to officially launch. Yeah, we had, by the way, we had several company activities. Ito yung office namin in Quezon City. We have a very, very big training room that can occupy about almost 200 people. Kasi normally we do the trainings every night. Every night pumupunta ang tao. Ganun ang nangyari pre-pandemic. Before the pandemic, ganun kami. And also we had like some company activities. And then just last year, February 28, 2020, we officially launched our company. So we officially introduced Great Life to the world. Okay, that was held in Sky Dome. So nakikita ninyo, 'di ba, ang daming tao. Syempre, wala pang pandemic yun. Yung mga mass gatherings, allowed na allowed pa yan. So just imagine, guys, that was February of 2020. So there was a lockdown in March. 'Di ba? So few days after that, nagkaroon na ng total lockdown. So I know what you are thinking right now. This pandemic has an impeccable timing. Just when you've established the roots and everything just started to roll, then there was a total standstill. We were all forced to stop, literally. Okay, because of the protocols, diba? So you could just imagine, talagang we were all shocked. Nobody was prepared for this. Nobody's prepared for this situation. But syempre, since, you cannot just, stop and just observe and just look around and doing nothing, diba? Kaya talagang at that time, we already have some digital thing like online purchases and all, but what we strengthened even more. It's a good thing that, I have a great team with me. I think that's also very important that you need to consider. It could never be a one-man show or a one-woman show. You have to have a great team with you. It so happened that I have a great team with me, that when there was an announcement of the lockdown, ideas were pouring in already. We get in-house designers, like a creative team. We have the copywriters, digital artists, from static artworks to animation to video creators, which is normally done by different people, different people with different expertise. This is very crucial because you have to have catchy, beautiful, and clean digital artworks to begin with, because that is your way to attract your potential clients or your customers. Diba? Because everything is really in social media. Diba? I mean, this is where the battle is fought and won. Ito yung labanan kasi yung mga tao hindi makalabas. I mean, everybody's really contained in the four corners of their home. So the only connection that you have to your audience is through your social media. Diba? Yes, kung matagal ka ng kumpanya, matagal ka ng negosyante, matagal na yung negosyo mo, you may have your steady clients with you. But for a startup company like us, na nagsisimula pa lang i-promote yung business, i-promote yung products, talagang you really have to work even harder. In fact, yung mga matatagal ng negosyo na alam ko na matatagal na kumpanya started dwindling also during the pandemic. So if you cannot keep up with the digital world, you may not survive. You may not survive. Kaya talagang extra effort talaga that, we really put into it. We strengthened our online services, like our online purchases, mas namin in-strengthen yun, our delivery services. So what we did was talagang for the convenience of the client, because it should always be yung convenient ng inyong potential clients or yung target market mo. That they cannot go out and purchase the products. So we have to strengthen our online purchases and make all the products delivered right at their doorsteps. And we also made sure that, our customer service is really very active and responsive. Okay? Para kung may mga questions, may mga inquiries, hindi lost yung clients mo. So we have an active, responsive customer service. All right? So doon mo makikita that, really, yung topic nyo ngayon is very good because if you'll ask me the impact of social media in business during the pandemic, it really made a very huge impact. Malaking impact talaga. I just could have thought kung ito ay nangyari during the time na wala nga, hindi ganito ka-active ang digital media, hindi ba? Because, based on statistics, okay, if I may share this with you, based on statistics, according to We Are Social, this was done in January 2020, last year pa. And from January 19, they said that there were like 9% increase on this. So imagine kung ngayon 2021, ano na yung increase nito? Diba? So we have about 7.75 billion total population around the world. And as you can see, yung mga mobile phone users, okay, got like 67% of the penetration, like 5.19 billion. For the internet users, 4.54 billion ang users. And ito, titingnan nyo, this is something that you need to see. The active social media users penetrates like 3.8 billion of the population. So marami talaga ang active na social media user. Right now, especially almost everybody was stuck at their homes. Talagang minsan pagkagising sa umaga, mas mauuna pang tumingin sa social media bago mag-toothbrush eh. 'Di ba? Or even before you go to sleep, titingin na naman sa social media. In between breaks, nakatingin na naman sa social media. 'Di ba? So ganun katindi yung effect talaga. In fact, according to statistics, makita nyo, Philippines is a very, 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 very good market for this. Like how many hours do we spend in social media a day? At alam nyo ba that ang Pilipinas, ang pinakamalakas, heavy users talaga ng social media. Kaya siguro yung mga international influencers, di ba talagang kinukuha nilang market are the Filipinos. Because we are really so dependent. Talagang very tutok tayo sa social media. You can see, no? Pinakamalakas gumamit talaga ng social media are Filipinos. Okay, and it's good that we have this kind of platform. And itong platform na to, ito yung bumuhay actually sa economy. So for the business sectors like us, talagang nabuhay, hindi na natakot. Yung worries before na nangyari last year, somehow madaling naka-recover. Kasi kahit papano, somehow, we have our platform to reach out to the target market. So kahit mag-announce sometimes because you don't know what happens next. Minsan mag-GCQ and then biglang mag-hold, biglang hindi na naman pwedeng lumabas. At least, nung na-strengthen natin itong online services natin na to and the social media thing, mas naging kampante. As you can see, diba, the world's most used social platforms, itong Facebook. Facebook pa rin, YouTube, I think ngayon, ang TikTok talaga. Ang TikTok medyo umaakyat-akyat na rin. So, ayan, maraming active user ng Facebook. All right. Okay, and now, di ba, ayan. Ayan, harness the power of social. When the pandemic hit, big brands and small were faced with major supply chain disruptions and business came to a complete standstill. That was what I mentioned to you earlier. However, platforms like Facebook helped them to reach their target audience. Once things started slowly opening up, there was a change. Actually, there was a change in consumer behavior where people started getting comfortable with buying online. Ako, I would say na totoo to because I noticed yung Facebook page. I would suggest you visit our website. If you have the time, you visit our website and check on our Facebook page para you can understand what I'm talking about. The digital artworks I'm talking about, ano yung ginagawa namin to stand out, the video thing na ginagawa namin to attract the consumers, to attract the customers. And what I noticed, mas lumawak yung reach. Kasi if before, ang reach namin talaga is normally within the territory lang, mas malapit because it's more of physical. But since we focused more on the online, okay, naggawa kami ng mga activities, non-stop digital activities, etc. So we were able to reach out even the people abroad. Mas lumawak yung reach namin. And in fact, nakita ko na sa Facebook page namin, mas marami ang nag-i-inquire ngayon. Asking, really they got curious with Great Life. Ano ba tong Great Life? What are these products? Anong business to? The potential of the business. I think this business is really promising because a lot are really thinking of, aside from, of course, using the products, isip sila, how can they earn? So one good thing that I see on this is that once that everything goes back to normal, okay, syempre, this too shall pass. Pag bumalik na to sa normal and all, I think yung mga clients, yung market, the consumers will already be comfortable buying online. Dahil before, hindi mo masyadong pinupush kasi hindi kailangan. But since dahil kailangan na siya, you already pushed it, mas in-strengthen yung mga digital services and all, mas maganda yung mga lumalabas na artwork sa social media. So people now became, comfortable with buying online and everything. In fact, even our distributors right now are comfortable na rin, even the discussion of the products, the product demonstrations, etc. It was all done online. And a recent online survey commissioned by Facebook showed that 96% of the surveyed people said that they discover brands and products online. I'm sure ganun din kayo. Ako, marami akong mga na-discover na pagkain. Di ba? Pagtingin mo sa newsfeed mo, may mga ads na mga pagkain. So you discover it online. So through the power of social media. Di ba? Even us, maraming mga nag-inquire na talagang totally walang alam about Great Life and all. Nakita lang nila sa mga ads and now they're inquiring. Furthermore, 83% who discover new brands or products online typically discover on a Facebook platform. So, malaki talaga yung naging influence. Malaki ang naging influence ng social media specifically, alam nyo, dito sa business. So, talagang if you can see, ay katulad na sinabi ko na parang if this happened year 1997 when everything was done physical, yung mga person to person and all, siguro mahihirapan ang negosyong makabangon, mag-survive. But since somehow even before the pandemic, meron na namang mga social media that all you have to do is just really adapt to it. Sabi ko nga, adapt or perish. Diba? You just have to recover quickly from the situation, from the crisis. Then you will survive. You just have to keep up with the digital world. Diba? And of course, get the expertise because ako, I get the expertise of, I have some millennials with me really working for the company. Kaya talagang makikita mo na talagang updated lahat. Alright? So actually, well, to end, I'd like to give you some, actually, dahil kayo nakikita ko kayo, you guys are graduate, you have a lot of years ahead of you. You have the luxury of time ahead of you. Diba? Like what I've mentioned earlier, I can really see myself in you. Nakikita ko yung sarili ko sa inyo when I was just starting to dream. I was just starting to, you know, excited to what's next after school. Diba? What's next after I finish my school? Ano gagawin ko? Ano gagawin ko sa buhay ko and all? Diba? No, I just put in some few words that I think that I found very important and crucial. If you decide to pursue your career on building your own empire. Well, of course, I'm still getting there. Wala pa naman ako doon. Perhaps you can invite me in a few years again. Okay? Mangyayari na yon. But anyway, kidding aside, let me just give you some advices, okay, which will help you get there. Okay. Ano yon? Okay. Ayan. If I had the chance to tell my college self 3 valuable things, what would it be? Okay. Well, number 1, I would say that if you don't know what you are getting into, but you want it, invest your time and energy to master it. You know, this is very true. Know what you are doing and what you're going to do. Not only monetary investments as you are aware of, but you also have to invest in time, energy, efforts, like establishing your experience, getting experience. You may be making some mistakes, but it's okay. You will learn from it. Matututo ka doon. It's important for you to not be afraid to make mistakes, you know, but you have to learn from that mistakes. It's important that you invest time and energy and effort to build that experience because from there you will gain wisdom. Diba? Wisdom is something that you do not read on the book, you do not hear it from other people, but it is something that you will experience. And it's also important for you to invest in knowledge. Kasi lahat naman pwedeng pag-aralan. Like if you want to do something that will help you reach your goals, and enroll in courses that you think will help you reach towards your goal. Diba? Sabi nga, knowledge is everything. Like ako, sa totoo lang, I didn't know anything about real estate when I started to be involved with real estate. What do I know about looking at the floor plan, mga layout ng properties? But you know, lahat napapag-aralan. If you have the passion, what do I know about willingness to learn? What is it all about? The same thing with, you know, my business. I didn't know anything about my business. But since I feel that I really wanted to know more about it, I really invested in time, efforts, and knowledge because mastery of the business is very important. Soon you will have your own business, you will have your own career. Do not let your business be dependent on anybody else. Huwag mong hahayaang nakadepende sa ibang tao. Kailangan ikaw mismo, alam mo yung pasikot-sikot, and you have the mastery of that business because you have to own it. Once you start having your own business, you have to own your business. Pagmamalasakitan mo yon, and you really have to master your own business. All right? Now, another thing, number 2 is, if there is something new, it may either help or hinder you. Use it or adapt to it. You know, everything is a choice. Whatever it is in the situation that, you know, na makukuha mo or whatever it is, may it be negative situation, but it's up to you if you're going to turn it into a positive thing. Diba? Like, you know, remember that, sabi nga, the only thing permanent in this world is change. It is inevitable. Diba? Change. Just like, you know, digital media, just like this one. Diba? Pa pwedeng hindi mo alam, it's either you dwell on it or you dwell on it that will stress you out. Do not dwell on things that will stress you out. Rather, think of some things that, you know, you can do something about. Like if this is the case and you don't know anything about it, like kami, we just started the business. It's just a startup company. We were just about to promote it, the business, the products and all. And then suddenly these things happen. Instead of dwelling on things that you cannot control, might as well think of something else that you can adapt. Like what I've mentioned earlier, it's, you know, it's either you adapt or you perish. Choose. Diba? It may either help or hinder you. Use it or adapt to it. So, you know, in life, in general, there is one thing that I really learned, one lesson that I will never forget. Okay? Ano yun? Yung pinakaunang makamove on, yun yung unang mananalo. So dito dapat mabilis kang mag-move on. Hindi ka pwedeng magtatambay lang, diba? So like in the case of digital media, ako, I'm not really so good at that. But you know, syempre, kailangan ko mag-adapt because the world is evolving, the world is moving on, the world is moving, diba? So I have to adapt to it. Diba? So it's the same thing. So you have to choose always the positive side. All right? And the third, if it makes you happy and better, let me put the word better, not just happy. If it makes you happy and becomes, you know, you can become a better person, remember that feeling and work hard to keep it. So for all of you here, you know, young people, remember why you started in the first place. That is very important. You have to know what you want and know why you want it. Kailangan alam mo kung ano talaga ang gusto mo sa buhay at kung bakit yun ang gusto mo. And then you work on it because at the end of the day, that is the end goal. For you to be happy in what you do and for you to be productive and make you a better person. Diba? So ako, you know, at a younger year, okay, I already know what I want. I knew that I wanted to have my own business. You know, the typical bright-eyed young lady who wanted to become her own boss, a traveler of the world, a vision no less than world domination. So I'm really a very ambitious. If there's one thing that I remember with one of the trainings that I attended, you know, it's only your imagination that can limit you. Diba? Sometimes you're putting limitations on yourself and you're only putting limitations on yourself. Diba? So, you know, I started dreaming big. But however, after several struggles, after several dilemmas and whatnot, we will realize that life's not only all about that. Ma-realize mo na hindi lang ganun ang buhay. And you know, when it hit me, I knew that I did not want to become the owner of just any company. It had to be a company with values and with a mission also to help others. Diba? Because I later on discovered that not only did I want to lead, but I also wanted to inspire more people. Kaya nga nung sinabihan ako ng organizer ninyo, if I want to speak and share some insights sa mga young people like you, I easily said yes. Because if there's one way for me to inspire you, young people, and it wouldn't hurt me naman, why not? Diba? That's why I actually accepted the invitation. But more importantly, I wanted to give an opportunity to anyone who dreamt of a better life, just like me, not only for yourself, for themselves, but also for their families. And with God's grace, the birth of my dream, my company, Great Life. So it's really my dream. I know that, really, these are really challenging times, and it's not really the ideal setting for a startup company. But with God's grace, with the help of my team, and with social media around, the digital media, I know that we can pull it off and we'll come out even stronger and happier because everyone deserves it. That's, by the way, our tagline. Great life, everyone deserves it. Just in case na you've seen that, that's our tagline. Great life, everyone deserves it. Yan. So that's it. I think that I'm looking forward to working with all of you, our future business people. And thank you for having me. Thank you for all the organizers, and thank you for listening. I appreciate that you were able to tick off one of my bucket list. Alam nyo, I'm really used to doing training, seminars. That's my life. I do that all the time. But this is the first time I had the chance to talk to students like you in this kind of environment. So I really enjoyed a lot, and I hope that you learned a lot from me and I was able to inspire you. So have a great life ahead.